Greetings. Welcome to this week's presentation on emerging technology. This week's presentation is part of Module 5 with only a couple more modules remaining in LSU's ELRC 7500 course. Today's presentation is delivered by yours truly, Victoria Cooper, doctoral student at LSU. For the presentation on emerging technology, the focus is on my exploration and experimentation with one specific emerging technology program tool, which was introduced in the learning materials section for Module 5. In addition, I'm tasked to explain in this presentation the specific emerging technology program, including its technological features, instructional benefits, and potential implementation in my specific profession or at workplace. So here you see those are the presentation items that I will go through in this presentation. For this module, I was forced, and I want to use air quotes when I say forced, to take a moment to really understand what is all the fuss and craze pertaining to all the realities that are circulating in the news media, online, and social media. The article Beyond AR versus VR, what is the difference between augmented reality versus mixed reality versus virtual reality versus extended reality, gave me, even with all those interesting reality versions in the title, it gave me a better understanding of all the realities. And so I believe for this presentation that a basic understanding is very important in order to complete this assignment, not only complete this assignment, but to also understand the technological changes that are happening around me. As a basic overview, I pulled from this article to help everyone, including myself, to have a better understanding. So let's start with what is reality? According to the author, to understand these technologies, you need to understand reality as a construct that each of us makes based on what we perceive from our senses, whether what we perceive comes from the digital or the physical world. So again, reality is a construct that each of us makes based on what we perceive from our senses, whether what we perceive comes from the digital or the physical world. Now we get to extended reality or XR. What is extended reality? Extended reality is an umbrella term that encompasses any sort of technology that alters reality by adding digital elements to the physical or real world environment by any extent, blurring the line between the physical and digital world. Extended reality includes augmented reality, mixed reality, and virtual reality, and any technology that has not been developed. So augmented reality, which is the next thing, is a technology that allows the superposition of digital elements into the real world environment. So in the augmented reality experience, you can see a composite view of a physical or real world element and digital elements. Now, while some augmented reality experiences may offer a certain degree of interaction between the physical and virtual elements, typically there is limited to no direct interaction between the digital and physical components. Then we get into what is mixed reality. So mixed reality, or MR, is a technology that allows not only the superposition of digital elements into the real world environment, but also their interaction. And I think that's one of the key differences between mixed reality and augmented reality. So in the mixed reality experience, the user can interact and with both the digital elements and the physical ones. Therefore, mixed reality experiences get input from the environment and will change according to it. So after I said all what I just said about the different realities, again, using my air quotes again, if you're a visual learner like me, you'd really like this picture here, or this image here, which is a visual representation of augmented reality, mixed reality, and virtual reality. The most important terms to learn to harness the potential of these new technologies are: augmented reality, or AR, is a view of the real world, physical world with an overlay of digital elements. You can kind of see with, I'll say, Mr. Robot and John Doe, is that their hands are overlapping, but that's it. They're not touching. It's just an overlay. And then with mixed reality, it's a view of the real world, physical world with an overlay of digital elements where physical and digital elements can interact. So here you could see in the middle of this image that it looks like they're actually shaking hands, that they're actually touching. And then in virtual reality, it's a fully immersive digital environment. So as you can see here in the third image, they are dancing. I'm not sure what dance they are doing, but nonetheless, it seems like they are together in the same environment or digital environment, and they're able to you see that it's fully immersive digital environment. Again, not sure what dance they're doing, but nonetheless you see that they're able to interact with each other. And so extended reality, which is the whole purpose of this presentation in this week's module for our course, is an umbrella term that covers all these different technologies. Again, augmented reality, mixed reality, and virtual reality. And the key thing that the author in the article mentioned, technology that has not even been created yet. So it leaves the door open for there to be new and more innovative technologies. So, as mentioned earlier, the focus of this presentation is on my exploration and experimentation with one specific emerging technology and share its features. So, the emerging technology program I selected was the Brain AR app, but Brain Augmented Reality app. But please know this was after a few unsuccessful attempts to navigate through some other recommended programs on the Moodle page. In this app, it lets you explore the layers of the head, from skin, muscle, and skull down to the inner areas of the brain. And so what you see on this slide here, the four main images, these are images that I was able to pull from the different features or learning about the app. And then I was also able to see on my phone when I downloaded the app on my phone. I have to say that it was really, really, really a cool experience. If I was a kid or in med school trying to learn about the human brain, this would obviously be an awesome app to have. According to the creators of the app, their goal was to, by using augmented reality, the user would be able to gain, which I agree should be able to gain because I experienced it, an amazing insight into the tissues, the structures, and areas of the mind by just moving the device around the special artwork provided. Also, the user can switch to virtual reality mode, which is cool, to view and navigate the inner brain structures. This can optionally be viewed using, the Google Cardboard. And so, as I'm reading this to you, and as I was experimenting through the Brain AR augmented reality app, I thought back to it was a movie. I cannot remember the name of it, but it was like years, like decades ago when I was a kid. There was one movie, Look Who's Talking, with John Travolta and Kirstie Alley. And it kind of used the different imaging to give the perspective of the unborn child that, Kirstie Alley was pregnant with. But then there was another movie where there was like a little microchip or something that a female, the girlfriend of, I think it was Meg Ryan, but it was the girlfriend of Dennis Quaid. She swallowed, or somehow the boyfriend was able to be inside her body and to see all those different things. And so it was really cool. It kind of reminded me of that. But anyway, back to the app. According to the developers, the app can also provide an advanced and interactive view of the head and mind, which is perfect for, as you know, this class, while we're having to do it, educational demonstrations, learning at home, or just the enjoyment of finding out more about how our inner selves, our brain works. Okay, instructional benefits. There are numerous instructional benefits. However, there are four main benefits that I want to mention in this presentation. First, as I said again, I'm a visual learner, so the Brain app is great for visual learners. It literally takes the pages of textbooks and years of research and makes a visual representation of the different facets of the human brain. I think it's brilliant. Second, I enjoy the different opportunities to interact with the brain in this app. And so I like the interaction. And then third, the instructional benefit of flexibility of how and when the student can learn. So since this is an app on a telephone, the student is not restricted to classroom hours or an after-school program. The student can use this app and learn while in the car riding with his or her parents, at night, at the beauty or barber shop. Finally, I think a benefit that could be enhanced could includes instructions or some type of instructional guidance. I had to figure it out, and I'm not sure if I truly figured out all the great aspects of this app and this program. So there is an opportunity for improvement. This type of technology has the potential, if it does not already exist, to help in the areas of disaster management. As mentioned previously in another module presentation, my profession is in the disaster management field. Prior experience has been helping homeowners and government entities recover and rebuild after an event. One example of how this technology would be beneficial is helping homeowners who choose to or are not able to evacuate their home during an event, such as a tornado, hurricane, or flood. This type of technology could provide life-like scenarios where they can practice safety tips that will hopefully keep them and their families safe. For example, a hurricane experience with high winds could direct them to how to find a safe place in their home, what information they should have on them or near them, etc. Another example for field inspections, this could be used as a training tool on how to safely conduct a field inspection post-event. The virtual reality experience could allow them to learn about what things to look for, safety hazards to be aware of, etc. So this concludes my presentation from Module 5. Again, thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. As I've mentioned before, would love to connect. And so please feel free to reach out to me if you have any collaboration ideas. My contact information, my email address is here on the slide. Thank you and take care.